Here's what we know about the latest attack on a place of worship in the United States. Attack began during Sunday morning service. Congregants had gathered at the Grand Blanc Church on McCandlish Road, a quiet stretch dotted with houses near a sprawling golf course and lake, for the 10 a.m. service. That Sunday also happened to be a fast Sunday, when members around the world are encouraged once a month to forego 2 meals and donate the food, or the money they would have spent on food, to the poor. Late Sunday morning, the worshippers had just finished the sacrament, the first half of the 2-hour service, after which some congregants leave, when we heard a big bang, and the doors flew open, a churchgoer named Paula told CNN affiliate WXYZ. The attacker had rammed his 4-door pickup truck into the front of the chapel. Then he fired several rounds from an assault weapon at worshippers before setting the building on fire, according to police. It's still unclear exactly how he started the fire, which sent huge plumes of black smoke billowing into the sky. Congregants shielded children and helped them move to safety, said Grand Blanc Township Police Chief William Renier, and medical residents attending the service jumped into action, acting as first responders to help the wounded. Striking nurses from a nearby hospital also left the picket line and ran to the church to try to help. Those on the scene were absolute heroes, going in and out of the fire to drag people out, helping each other take care of the victims on the scene, said Dr. Michael Danick, medical chief of staff at Henry Ford Genesis Hospital. The mass shooting and fire could have been deadlier if not for the bravery of those who risked their lives to save others, Danick said. Police were on the scene less than a minute after the first 911 call, Renier said. Sanford was killed in the parking lot 8 minutes after police arrived. The FBI is leading the investigation into what they call a targeted act of violence. Shooter was Iraq veteran who disparaged LDS Church. The man who police say committed the attack, Thomas Sanford, was a 40-year-old Marine veteran who worked as a mechanic in Operation Iraqi Freedom. Sanford, an avid hunter who grew up in Flint, was known in the small Michigan town of Burton for his distinctive pickup truck, which he often drove with 2 American flags flying from the bed behind him. It was seemingly the same truck he used to ram into the church. He was married and had a young son born with a rare genetic disorder, social media accounts linked to Sanford's family show. The family launched a GoFundMe to fundraise for treatment for the child's congenital hyperinsulinism, which required a lengthy hospital stay and several surgeries to remove portions of the pancreas, according to a family Facebook page documenting the difficult journey. Henry Ford Genesis Hospital received 8 patients from the attack, ranging from 6 to 78 years old. 5 of those patients suffered gunshot wounds, one of whom died, Danick, the hospital's medical chief of staff, said. The other 3 patients suffered smoke inhalation. One of the others was in critical condition Monday with multiple gunshot wounds to the chest and abdomen, while another also was in critical condition after suffering gunshot wounds to the abdomen, according to Danick. Another man was shot in the leg. And a child who was shot was stabilized at the hospital before being transferred, Danick said. Among the 3 patients brought to Henry Ford Genesis for smoke inhalation, 2 have since been discharged, but 1 was still intubated Monday, Danick said. I feel so bad about the families that were affected by this, aside from ours, Sanford's father, Tom, told CNN affiliate WXYZ. We are beside ourselves. CNN has reached out to the shooter's father for comment. Explosive devices found at scene. It's unclear how exactly Sanford set off the massive inferno that consumed the church, leaving wreckage in its wake. But police believe he used an accelerant, like gasoline, said James Deere, special agent in charge of the Detroit Field Division of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives. Improvised explosive devices were found at the scene after the fire was extinguished, according to Deere. Extensive investigation. The FBI is leading the investigation into the attack, which they've characterized as an act of targeted violence. Investigators are working to catalog evidence from the ruins of the church and interviewing dozens of victims and witnesses, with the help of victim specialists, child advocates, forensic interviewers and local partners, according to FBI Acting Special Agent in Charge Reuben Coleman. And they're receiving help from a world-renowned, specialized rapid response team from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives, one of the specialized teams that have aided in some of the nation's most high-profile crisis investigations, including the 9/11 World Trade Center attack and the Oklahoma City bombing in 1995. These teams can include explosive specialists, bomb technicians, forensic chemists and canine handlers. They have been used all over the world, and they come from places as far as California, Hawaii, and they're here in Michigan now, Deere said. The investigation also includes a deep dive into the attacker's possible motive, involving dozens of law enforcement personnel across the state of Michigan. Investigators are conducting a physical search of his residence, and authorities are also working to obtain search warrants for digital media that may help shed light on his motive, a law enforcement source told CNN. Police Chief Renier said that the evil act shouldn't define the community. This is not Grand Blanc. This does not define Grand Blanc and who we are, Renier said during a news conference. We are a community, and I am confident that together we're going to build a stronger community due to this incident. Subscribe our channel for more updates.